You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your guy, Studio McGuyver, and you are listening to Studio McGuyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the podcast, man. We do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. If you're into nerd culture, anime, and video games, then you've come to the right place. We talk about all of that shit here. Guys, I have a crazy show today. It's been a crazy fucking week. It really fucking has, guys. I mean, currently as I'm speaking into this microphone, guys, I have a fucking stomach bug, a stomach virus, whatever you want to fucking call it. I have pretty much been sidelined for the last 3 days. And yeah, it's been fucking ridiculous. Really surprised I'm able to crawl out of bed and, sit my ass in this man cave and hit the record button because it's been that crucial. I ate some bad food. I don't know what it was. I think the night before it started, all I know is I did have a bunch of wine, and I went to Brahms, ice cream place, but they sell burgers, great burgers. But that's what I had. And all I know is, man, I woke up in the middle of the night, curled up in a ball, and I was just fucked. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I'm probably operating right now at about 50% capacity. Still going to be probably a couple more days before I'm 100% recovered. But yeah, man, I mean, it is fucking ridiculous, and it's been kind of hard. But hey, I'm here. I'm recording. I'm doing a show for you guys because I love you guys, and this is what I fucking do. Okay. I've been sick on this show before. I've been, under the weather before on this show, and I still, made it through, and I was able to, give you guys a show, and, I'm going to continue to do that. And, I have a gang of listeners who love the show, and I just can't let you guys down. If you guys don't see me on a fucking show, if you get it, if you see log in or whatever, you try to download the show and you see it's not there, then something bad has happened. Okay, something really bad. I'm really sick, and I really could not get to this microphone. It had to be something bad. Okay, there's a death in the family or something like that. That's pretty much what will happen, or you should assume is happening if I don't do a show, and that's just what it is. But if you guys are wondering, if you usually come look for a show and it's not there, then just go to my Twitter and you will definitely have the news there. If something happens like that, I usually give you guys an update on my Twitter account so that you aren't wasting your time wondering what the fuck is going on with the show. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to do my best and get through the show today. And yeah, it's been a lot of news coming down the pipeline as well. So I definitely wanted to talk about some of this stuff, and I couldn't wait a whole nother fucking week to talk about some of these things. And I'm going to dive right in. Okay. But before I do, I want to let everybody listening know that you can get all things Studio McGuyver if you go to StudioMguyvR.com. That is the #1 place to get your boy. You can get the fucking podcast there. You can download it, stream it. You can fucking get all of my handles, my Instagrams, my Facebooks, my YouTube channel, all of these things, guys, even my fucking SoundCloud, where you can get the My Dragon Ball song for free there as well. So you can check out some of my musical projects that I've done in the past. And if you're curious, and all of these things and plus more, there's a merch store. So you can definitely check out the merch for the podcast there as well. And yeah, man, if you want to donate and you want to support the show, you can do that too. All of those things, guys, and more at StudioMguyvR.com. Check that shit out. Show your love and support if you really support this show, which I know you guys do. So I know eventually you guys will get around to checking that out. Anyway, now with that out of the way, let's proceed with the fucking show. I have some Capcom stuff to talk about, guys. Yeah, a lot of Capcom is basically in this show today. Some Cyberpunk news. Yes, guys, more fucking Cyberpunk shit. Okay. I don't know when it's going to stop. It seems like we learn something new every fucking day. But yeah, we got more of that to brush up on. And then some big news, concerning EA. Yes. EA, who is one of the top video game companies who are known out here in these digital streets for fucking keeping warm butter on them at all fucking times. And they're also known for keeping their fucking sake glasses filled to the fucking brim. We know this. We also know in their glove compartments, guys, they keep plenty, and I mean plenty, of rolled up fucking scrolls and endo sticks ready to light at any given time. So news concerning these guys here. Yes. And it's good news. So we're going to rejoice in two shakes of a lamb's tail on that shit. I cannot wait to get to that. Also, I've been getting to know my fucking Nintendo Switch again. If you guys don't remember, it's only been a week or two since I've, brought this to your attention, but I have not been spending a lot of time with my Switch. Okay. I think last week was the first time in over 6 months that I've touched my baby. Okay. Because look, you have a love-hate relationship. You go in and out. You fall in and out of love. Sometimes you have a lot of things going on like me. Then, sometimes you can't get around to it unless something cataclysmic happens and you need to pick it up again. But being away from the Nintendo for so long, the Switch for so long, is kind of a good thing that I took that break, because man, I'm discovering more games, more things, more releases that I have totally forgotten about, and all these fucking sales. So I'm going to get into all of that as well. Some great things on the fucking Switch. And this is what makes the Switch so fucking awesome, in my opinion. And I'm going to dive right into that later. But yes, and also WandaVision. The show has finally came out. We had 2 episodes, guys. I'm going to discuss it slightly. I'm not going to go in too deep because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it yet. And I almost didn't get a chance to watch it because, like I said, I've been fucked up and just so many things happening. I'm trying to balance all these things, guys. And it was, I'm glad I got it done though. But being in the bed, curled up in a ball, what excuse did I have not to watch it? Okay. As far as anime is concerned, man, that is the one that did not get any love this past week, guys. I wasn't able to get any anime watched. And that's usually a rarity for me. It really is, because like I said, it was just a lot of shit happening this past week and didn't get around to it. But I can guarantee you I will be getting around to some more this coming week, because yeah, I'll probably be bedridden for another couple of days, and I got to figure out something, right? Along with my Switch, like I said, I'll get to that in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. But I think I'm going to start first, guys, with WandaVision. I'll give you a quick rundown of the show, and we had 2 episodes, 30 minutes apiece, and I was kind of taken aback by this show. Okay, because I didn't know where the fuck they were going with it, what's going on with it, and still technically don't. And that's kind of a good thing, because the show basically starts out as, Wanda and Vision just kind of living alternative life, it seems to be the 1950s, maybe early 1960s, somewhere around that time frame. I want to say more 1950-ish, between 50 and 60, but black and white. Even the way that they present the show to you is as if it wasn't on full screen. So you're watching it on kind of like with the black sides on the TV. So going old school with it or whatever. And it's basically, I thought it was just going to be a straight up black and white TV show, kind of like I Love Lucy or something like that. If you were familiar with any of those older shows, it had the same kind of production, kind of value and feel, even the jokes and some of the things that they did in the show. And I didn't know where it was going. My girlfriend was like, I think this is the show. And she was cool with the show like that. Me personally, that wasn't my cup of tea. I wasn't interested in, watching a whole season of that. Okay. Because I don't typically go for those type of shows. So I was wondering if there was something else hidden behind everything. And it had to be. This is Marvel we're talking about. So at the end of that first episode, the screen zooms out a little bit, and man, I'm torn if I should say something about this or not. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say anything. Fuck it. Just go watch it, guys, if you haven't seen it. I really want to talk about this part. There's a couple set pieces in these episodes that really start to open your eyes a little bit. And you start to realize things aren't always what they seem. And then it got me kind of interested because at first I was starting to lose a little faith in it, whatever, but I kind of saw where they were taking it, and they really, really reeled you in to think that, well, this is what this is going to be. And then you kind of get these hints of, no, there's more to come. There's more that meets the eye. So I'll just leave it at that for the people who haven't seen it. And then maybe I'll address it again with you guys next week. Okay. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. But definitely check out WandaVision, guys. It's out now. The first 2 episodes. Go watch it. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Let's get into it next week and let's figure it out. Next thing I got on my list that I want to talk about is Monster Hunter Rise. Okay. But before I get to that and Capcom, let's start with the first piece of Capcom news. Let's go there first. And I want to talk about the Capcom Cup. Now, a lot of people don't know what the fuck that is. What is Capcom Cup? It's basically a fighting tournament for, Capcom games, basically Street Fighter, those type of things. And it was canceled. A little bit of some light news. It was canceled due to COVID-19 because there's still a lot of complications with this COVID-19 shit. There's still people out there getting it, athletes and all of these things still contracting the virus, and it's still, not under wraps yet. It's still a long way to go. We still have, these vaccines, en route, and it's taking time to get everywhere it needs to and all of that. So people are still paranoid, my parents included, everybody. I haven't seen my dad in a long time. And he's not the type that, keeps everybody away. He's got a big ass house with a swimming pool and all this crazy shit, movie theater in his crib. And, he's used to all the family getting together on, holidays and more, getting together and doing things and stuff with the family. So he's 65, pushing 66. So I kind of understand, why that is. You just got to be careful, especially when you're older. That shit can be a game changer, and not in a good way if you're not careful. So, COVID is still out there, and I'm still living as if COVID is real. A lot of people aren't, but I am. I have a young daughter and a young son. So I definitely have to keep my guard up, but it is what it is. It's canceled, and supposedly they're going to be, I guess, restarting it February 20th and the 21st, and they're going to be doing it online. So it's going to be an online event, and yeah, I still be able to check it out or whatnot. And hey, you got to expect news like this when it comes to like these events and stuff like that. There's one thing I will be glad when COVID is done and we finally, get a chance to defeat this, if you will, so to speak. There's a lot of events that'll go back to the way they were. And I kind of like that. But the introvert in me kind of likes how some of the things are going. But that's just me. Everybody has their opinion, I'm quite sure. And I'm going to leave that at the table. All right. Now, staying on the Capcom train, let's go and talk about Monster Hunter Rise. Now, it came out, I think, last week. I want to say the demo, even before that. And I didn't get a chance to play it. But I had a chance to play it, this past week, and I gotta say they're cooking with some great shit here. It's a really dope game. It looks pretty. I don't know, man. It's the Nintendo Switch amazes me a lot of the times. I get surprised a lot by some of the things that they're able to do. I mean, when they did The Witcher 3, I was really taken aback by that. Okay, they were able to put all of that on one fucking cartridge plus the DLC, like everything on that fucking cartridge. That in itself is ridiculous. How they were able to put all that on one fucking cart. Now, if you're not familiar with how they do carts, there's different sizes of cart. Okay, a company has a choice, and they can choose to not even have or use carts to save more money, or they could go with a simple cart, a small cart, and that is the cheapest way, and that's the way you shouldn't do it. If you're not going to use the best cart with the most size on it, you should just leave that shit alone, because you're just wasting people's time. Because a lot of companies, Capcom is one of those, have tried to take the cheap way out. Perfect example of that, what the game I'm talking about is, what is it? Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. Okay. Games I really want to fucking play on my Switch, but they only have Revelations 1 on a disc. The second one you have to literally fucking download. Okay. They took the cheap route. They could have put both of the games on the disc, but they chose not to do it. And as a result of that, if you want to play it on the Switch, you have to download it, and you have to download like 20 some odd gigs. It's a huge fucking game, and it takes up a lot of, memory on your Switch. Now, I forgot, but I don't know how big of a card that you can actually put on your Switch. I need to research that, because I might need to pick another card up, because I'm starting to pile up some games, and a lot of these games are bigger games, and then a lot of them games I have basically passed over purposely because they're too fucking big, and and I'll get to that on another conversation. But yeah, I mean, that's the problem right now. I think the chip that I have in there now, the memory card, is, I want to say fucking, I don't even know, was it like 100? No, wait, it might be, I don't even know, guys. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie and make it up, but I know I have a decent amount of space right now. I think I have about almost 100 gigs free right now, and I have a decent amount of games on here. But that's not gonna last if I keep doing what I'm doing now. So I need to see if there are other options, larger options, because I think there's a limit to how much you can actually put on one of these cards and how much the Switch will allow you to do. But I'll see. I'll revisit that. If you guys know, please inbox me, let me know, send me a message. So I can figure this out with your help. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing with some of their games. But I'm talking about Monster Hunter Rise again. Monster Hunter Rise is going to be a hit. It is. I can see it. It's right. I can see the writing on the wall, especially for all of the Monster Hunter fans out there. And I think this game could actually make new fans out of the entity, out of the company. The company's going to make new fans with this game because there's a new dynamic that they present, which is those fucking bugs. And I'm still figuring all that shit out. I didn't have a lot of time to play it, but if you guys have a Switch and you want to check it out, there's a demo, and it's going to be free and to check it out until February 1st. So you have a couple more weeks to check it out and see if you like it. Though I don't understand why they only give you a timed demo, though. That's kind of stupid to me. I think you should just let people play the demo until the game comes out, because the game doesn't come out until fucking March, if I'm not mistaken. And that's at least a month. I can't remember when it comes out. It could be late March. I don't know, but still, you're going to leave them with that gap of at least a month or more, not able to, play the fucking demo. What if somebody just got a Switch or something and they wanted to check it out and see if they want to buy it? I think they're going to lose customers, more customers than they're gain if they with this recipe. That's just my opinion. I would keep the demo out, like most demos, which aren't timed, and you can just play it however you want to play it and keep playing it and decide if you want to get the game or not. Okay, but that's just me. Still, it's definitely worth a fucking try, guys. It's definitely worth it. I think the game is definitely worth buying when it does release. So I'm definitely thinking about picking this one up for sure. I'm going to play a little bit more of the demo and play a couple different builds, other builds I kind of wanted to try out and stuff and see what I like. And then, yeah, man, I think it's going to be dope though. So far, so fucking good. Anyway, let's move on to the next subject at hand, guys. And this one here is going to be a doozy because we're talking about Cyberpunk. Yes, Cyberpunk has not left my lips. And I can't remember how many podcasts since the games came out, really since before the game comes out. I've been talking about this shit at least a few weeks before the game came out. And now I'm still talking about it because it's just so many things happening with this fucking game, guys. I mean, you learn more shit as you progress. It's like playing an RPG and you get a major plot twist every fucking week. You learn something new. It's like, damn, I thought I knew what was going on out here in these digital streets. And then I get hit with this whammy. And now this, okay. It's basically what I'm trying to tell you guys is back in E3 2018, okay, the shit that they put out, the major trailer that we all saw, a lot of us remember still to this day, was pretty much a doctored up fake. Okay, it was faked. It was doctored up to sell the game, to get people on the hype train. All of these things, guys. And then in reality, in the fucking background, what was really happening was the execs were just fucking shit up. Okay, they had, like I said before, they had all of the fucking devs snowed completely 110%. Motherfuckers didn't know what was going on, which way. I think The Witcher 3 had about 250 employees on average which was working on the game. This game here had over 500 people, and everything was in fucking disarray, guys. It was a lot of mismanagement being operated here. You had so many fucking more employees, double of what you had on the first game, on the last game, Witcher 3, and basically management could not figure out who to put on what, whose job was this, that, trying to organize everything. It was all in disarray. And that was a big issue in itself. It was just mismanaged. You know, and that's an understatement. Okay. And these things happen. I don't care how big of a company you are. I mean, these things happen. I mean, everybody's human. People will fuck up. And the problem is when they fuck up, okay, another part of being human is a lot of people, they won't admit that they fucked up. They hide shit when they get caught, when they get in trouble, and they try to fix it. And instead of letting people know, you know, that they made a mistake and things need to be addressed, and you add all those things up, you put all that into a fucking pot, and you're going to get boo-boo stew. That's just really what you're going to get. And that's what we fucking got. And they were basically trying to run a train, okay, with the tracks only literally 1 to 2 feet in front. And they were doing this concurrently. And they were trying to basically, the devs were telling them, we can't do this. We can't continue this. This is not going to end well. And the execs are telling them, we'll figure it out. We're CD Projekt Red. We're a great company. We'll bounce back. We'll fix all the things that we've done wrong, and we'll get this together when it really counts. And that's pretty much what their motto was. And as a result of that, now we have it. Cyberpunk 2077, guys. Okay. All right. Glitch Factory. Okay. And it's still months and months and months away from being what it should have been, is basically what I'm saying here. Okay. Just I'd be lying to you if I told you I was not enjoying the game, because I mean, from all the bugs and everything that are in there, I'm just keeping it real with you guys. It's still a fun game for me. Now that doesn't mean it's fun for Joe or Tom or Sarah. It just means for me that it's still fun. Could it be better? Fuck yeah, it could be better. Were we lied to? Were things missing? Yes, they were. And things are missing. But I want to see the aftermath of all this as well. I want to play another playthrough on the PS5 when I get one. And I want to play the aftermath of, with a second playthrough and see or how far it's come. Will that take time? Yes. Will a lot of us have moved on from Cyberpunk? Yes. But that's just the nature of the beast. They did it to themselves. You know what I mean? And I guess it'll be one of those we'll get to when we get to it type of things. But I already bought the game. We get a free update later on the PS5, so I'm not worried about that. I'll play my single player first playthrough on the PS4 right now, which I'm doing, and I'll finish it there, most likely. And then after that, I'll probably wait. I'll probably wait a year or so, if not longer, depending on what's coming out at that time, what's available, and what I have going on. And that's just the simple mathematics of it all. I mean, that is what most gamers typically tend to do. I mean, and if you're a gamer like me, if you game a decent amount of time per week, if that's a part of your kind of, weekly thing that you do, you make time for, then, we all play something and when we finish it or something else comes out, we typically end up moving on or whatever. And we end up coming back to certain things later. But, everybody games different too. But for the majority, for people that I know, that's how it goes. So hopefully they can get their shit together and then we can move on. Okay. And get past this. That's really what I'm hoping for. And because, I would hate for something bad like this. For CD Projekt Red is definitely a dope company, man, and I don't want to see them, fall from grace like this. They've already fallen enough, and there's a lot of stink on this that can't be washed off, and I don't think ever will be. You're always going to have. I think CD Projekt Red is always going to have that piece of boo boo on the bottom of their shoe, and people are going to be looking around the room, trying to figure out what that smell is. I think you can't escape that. And I think they've went a little too far. And in today's media and in today's society, that is not going to pass. It's just too much. They've done too much. And it is what it is. They're always going to have this associated with them, I think. And it's going to water down, their company somewhat. They're not they're not going to be known. They're not known anymore for that fucking hard hitting company. They took a nice hard hit and they're still taking hits. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's sad. It really is. So hopefully they can come out of this and we can get some sort of No Man's Sky retribution for this game and we can move the fuck on. All right. We'll see, because their next project is definitely going to be, or even not even their next project, just the DLC and the stuff they have planned for this same universe. It's going to be interesting to see what they do and what happens. Okay. It really is. So I'll approach that again when we get to it, when it happens. You know I will. So just, like I say, just stay posted. Anyway, let's move on, guys, and let's get on to another topic at hand. One that I am truly, truly happy to announce. And that is EA losing their exclusive rights to fucking Star Wars. Okay? Finally, it has fucking happened. All right. Now, the funny thing is, they made this deal in like 2013. Okay. And it was supposed to be a 10-year deal. All right. It's supposed to be up until 2023. All right. Now, the question I have is, are they still sticking to that? Because the games that are now being worked on, the projects that are being worked on with other companies won't be coming out until 2023? Or did Disney say, you know what? No, I can't wait any longer. We need to go on and move forward now. Yes, we're still working with you guys, but you don't have exclusive rights anymore. Okay. And I think it's more the latter, but hey, who knows? It could be the other one as well. But anyway, the most important thing about all of this is that other companies are now free to explore and use the fucking Star Wars license, man. I am so excited for this, guys, because EA has really not, they've produced a handful of games, if that, okay, 4 or 5 games tops in this so far in this since 2013, guys. And if you go back before 2013, before this deal was signed, if you go back 7 years from 2013, there's almost a couple dozen Star Wars games that were made. Okay. So there was games coming out everywhere. All right. Now we're back in that wheelhouse again. And I think it's a good thing because it's going to keep other companies on their toes as well. Who can make the best Star Wars project? You know what I mean? Even EA, they still have rights. We still have Jedi Fallen Order 2 in the works, I'm sure, and all of that. So they're still going to be doing stuff with that. But the question is, well, it's not even the question. It's a fact that they're going to be on their toes. They're going to make sure that they come hard because other people have it. You know what I mean? Because they could get their shit stripped, period, if they, in essence, if they don't stay on their feet and stay on their fucking toes. But already, I mean, there's Ubisoft. Okay. Ubisoft is a huge company. I love Ubisoft as a company. Are they perfect? No, but they are one of the better companies out there. And as far as, in my opinion, and in the games that I like, I mean, Ubisoft does a lot of dope shit. And they are working on a huge open world Star Wars game. Okay. And it's been in development for about a year now. Okay. Pre-production and all of that has been going on. They're writing, they're getting everything worked out, what the game's going to be about and all of that. And I'm so excited for that. I really am so excited for that. So many things really in the Star Wars universe and the games that we could get. But that being one of them. I mean, an open world, is it going to be I don't know what kind of game is it going to be. Is it going to be a single player? Probably, but could it be online? Could it be, there's so many possibilities. Could this be an MMO? I mean, where you create your own character and you kind of, I mean, who knows, but I think we're going to see a lot more of this. We're going to get to see every shade of possibility out there with a Star Wars game now that we have other companies, getting rights to this stuff, man. You know what I mean? So we'll probably get that MMO, that Star Wars MMO game. We'll probably get that huge open world type of Star Wars game. We'll probably get that as well. With probably Ubisoft with that. We'll get all these other games. What about KOTOR, 3, Knights of the Old Republic 3, a game that lots and lots of us have been fucking salivating at the mouth for because the first 2 were fucking great games. Even today, it's still fucking great games. Okay. I mean, what about Star Wars 1313, the game that was canceled, the game I remember being announced. And then when EA signed the deal, as soon as they signed the deal, they scrapped the fucking game. Okay, I'm still pissed at EA for that. I don't know what the fuck they were doing and why they scrapped that fucking game. I don't know. I think EA may not really be huge Star Wars fans. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, because they hadn't really made many. Okay, they really didn't seem like it seemed like they didn't give a fuck about Star Wars, about the franchise. Really, they were just doing enough to whet the beak of the fans who wanted things. That's just me. That's just how I feel about it. They just weren't producing enough games to have the license. You should be putting out something every year, okay? And it should be fire, okay? Give the fans what they fucking want. But that's the problem with politics, and when you look at it in any form or fashion, because there's a lot of this that goes on, and a lot of things don't happen because of these backdoor negotiations and these things that are happening. That's why things don't get done. And, that's a bad thing for us. But sometimes it can be a good thing. Like now, after all these years now, finally, we're going to get a chance to look forward to playing some other excellent Star Wars games. Okay. I mean, I'm not hating on EA, because they did. I mean, they did do some cool shit. You know what I mean? I really did like Fallen Order. Like, it was a great game. I applaud them for that game, but it was a little too late, man. I mean, that shit should have, I would have liked to seen something like that early, some years before, but hey, I mean, they still delivered, and we still going to probably get a second one of that. So Cal Kestis, was my guy. Really dug him as a character. So, I guess that's cool. But like I said, EA's still going to be making their Star Wars games. They still have a couple of things they said that they have in the works that is coming soon. And I'm assuming one of those is the Fallen Order game. But we'll see. Now that everybody has something to bring to the table, we have multiple Star Wars games. This is going to be an adventure, man. I cannot fucking wait. Oh man, I'm excited. That's just what it is. So get ready, get your pocketbooks ready, guys. So. And I'm saying maybe like in a couple years from now, because let's keep it real with each other. When it comes to these games and these new systems, it's going to take time, guys, to get there, and it did with the PS4 as well, until we get to that snowball section of the life cycle, which is probably going to be a year and a half to 2 years in. Okay, before we start to see games just next month, 2 months from now, we got this, and you're turning around now. Then you start to lose control of what to keep up with. You know what I mean? Then you're missing games, and then you have to go and go back and find other games that you never got a chance to play. It's things that we're doing now with the PS4 and the Xbox One right now. Okay, there's still PS4 games that I want to play that I have not, that I don't own, that I'm waiting for sales for, or I'll eventually come back around and get. And we're doing that now, and I could do that for months, with the PS4 now. And, I'm waiting to get even close to that on the PS5. Okay. That's why I'm not really worried about the PS5 right now. It's just not, there's nothing there. There's really nothing really there right now. The first real game we're getting that is an original IP is going to be, I think, in March. And I forgot the damn name of the game, but I've talked about it before. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't look like to me, it doesn't look like just a system seller or anything like that, but it still looks like a nice, nice little project they got. And I'll probably end up checking it out, but by the time I do, it'll probably be discounted, because that's when I have the PS5. Okay. But I'm looking for maybe February, March, before I drop, probably March is the magic time, for me, to get my PS5. That's probably when it'll be for me. That's because that game will be out, and then hopefully a few more things will be out. I also learned that Little Devil Inside is coming out in June, late June. So that's another game that I will definitely be wanting to play. That's one game I'm really waiting for, and I'm really looking forward to playing. And then there's nothing else really announced. Final Fantasy 16, there's no release date. That's just 2021. And we know how these things could go. Could it be pushed back? Yes, it could. God of War, Ragnarok, that's another one. Could it be pushed back? I'm thinking holiday season with that. So none of these are happening early 2021, guys. So like I said, we're not going to start getting those games. I want to say the end of 2021 is when you can start to say, okay, now it's really worth picking up a PS5 and a fucking Xbox One. I mean, not Xbox One, Xbox Series X, because I think then also the Halo game will drop somewhere around that time. So, I mean, yeah, man. And that's just a couple of games, a few games. We're not even talking about, where there's even 5 or 6, hard hitting games out there that people want to pick up for that said system. So we still got a little ways. I say mid 2022, man, before we can really say, oh yeah, man, we're here. We're here in the next gen. We're finally dug in, and now we can kind of, we got games rolling out. So I'm cool. On my backlog, I'm also cool with, which I'm going to segue into now, which is the final segment of the show, is my Nintendo Switch. Okay. I have basically rediscovered my Switch, and being away from it for so long, I found a shit ton of games, and I've been watching a shit ton of YouTube videos and taking mad notes on games to check out and put on my fucking wish list, guys. I did not realize there were so many games out there on the Switch floating around, kind of like Steam, just games just floating around out there to be discovered. You know what I mean? And games I've totally forgotten about that I saw stuff on. I was like, oh, wait, I can't wait till this comes out. But, so yeah, like Ninja Savior is another game. It's an awesome game. I'm going to try to get the physical for that one though. But yes, Ninja Savior looks awesome. It's a beat 'em up. You're a cyborg ninja, and you have like 3 different characters to choose from at first, but you can unlock more as you go through the game or whatever. Shit looks awesome, guys. It's definitely up in my wheelhouse, and I definitely can't wait to play that and add that to the library. But yeah, I spent a little bit of money. I spent a little bit of some money because there's a lot of sales going on. There's always sales going on, some kind of sale with certain games and stuff. And I've been picking up some stuff, demos. A lot of games have demos. Like I said, the Monster Hunter demo I played with. I also downloaded Oninaki, which, I'm going to test out and play. Haven't gotten to that yet. But there's a lot of dope games out here, man. There's just so many that I'm discovering and I have on my wish list. I'm a sucker for like RPGs, but old school RPGs, like 16-bit retro RPG games, especially the action ones. I still like my turn-based from time to time, but I'm more of a real-time action RPG kind of guy. But there's a lot of dope games out here that you should check out if you have a Switch. I mean, and just visit that store, man, that eShop. Or, I'll go to YouTube now. YouTube is my go-to place when I type in Nintendo eShop sales. And, it seems like there's sales every week, different sales and stuff. So there's a lot of games on my wish list that aren't on sale, but there are some that are. And I'm sure that'll flip, and, other games will go on sale when other games aren't. And that's just how it goes. So I'm waiting for a couple sales. There's a couple dope games on there. And like I said, I'm also keeping an eye on the storage size of some of these games because, the main reason why I got that memory chip or whatever the memory upgrade for my Switch is because, it doesn't come native with a lot of space. Like I think I have like 20 gigs of space left on my actual Switch. And then I have about 75 on my memory card, which is still a decent amount when you're talking about Switch games for the most part. But there's some huge Switch games on here. There's some like, 15, 20, 25 gig games on here, which I want no part of. Okay. The most I want to spend, on a game is maybe 3 gigs on a game. If it's something I really, really need and I can't find a physical copy, yeah, I might go a little higher than that, but that I'm not really going too much farther than that. That's another reason why the retro games that I love so much, I'm glad that I love those because they're not very big, the games are huge in retrospect, as far as, it might be an 80-hour game to play, but the motherfucker's like 350 megabytes. Okay. Now that's the shit I fuck with. I can put a gang of those on my Switch. Oh, we cooking with Crisco. All right. And that's what I'm trying to do. And like I said, I'm trying to hold off on the other games to see if I can find physical copies, because not all these games have physical copies, or if you do find some of them, they're fucking premium prices. Okay. I'm talking about more than $60. Okay. For some of these, they're hard to find. And, I understand that being a collector and stuff, some of these games you're just a big fan of and you want to get that. And, that's cool as well. I might find and play some of these games and fall in love with them. And then I'm just like, I want this game. And the cool thing about that is there are certain companies who do kind of lend a helping hand to that. I'm talking about Limited Run Games as a company. There's also Play Asia, which I just discovered. Well, I knew they existed, but I did not know that they had a lot of games that were not, coming out in the West that have actual English text. So it's a Japanese game, was made in China or Japan, and they actually made English subs for it. Okay, so you could play it that way too. So I'm getting to learn that, and I'm trying to find those type of games. A lot of JRPGs and stuff like that, which is also dope. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I have just me being sick and being in the bed and all that. That's another thing that kind of pushed me towards the Switch, because I can't bring my PS4 or any of that in the fucking bedroom. So what can I bring? I can bring the Switch. Okay. And my two obsessions right now, I want to talk about a little bit. The two games that I've been playing the shit out of are Mark of the Ninja Remastered. Okay. It's like a side scrolling ninja game. When you're a ninja, you're a fucking assassin. You got to take motherfuckers out, in the shadows and shit. Great, excellent graphics. Love the fucking graphics. Just love the game, man. I see why people gave it like 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s, 9.5s and shit. It was on sale. Matter of fact, I think it was like 70% off or some shit, something crazy. I mean, it's usually like a $20 game, I think. And I got it for $5. So I said, let me jump on this. Okay. And you don't get a lot of sales that are like 70+% off. Now you might get 20%, you might get 30 on a lot of these games, but you're not going to get a lot of them with like 70+% in a game like that. So, it was on my wish list already. I just, hadn't been looking, and now I went ahead and bought it, and the game is awesome. Matter of fact, the Nintendo Switch screen is paused right now. I'm actually in game with that one right now, but there's another game. Okay. There's another game, guys, that I have to talk about real quick. And I am so fucking in love with this game. Everything from the soundtrack, all of it, the aesthetics of the game. It's a racing game. And it brings back so many fucking great memories, of an older an older racing game. And this game is called Horizon Chase Turbo. Oh, man, that game. If you guys haven't seen it, or it's on sale too right now, I think it's on sale for a couple more days. You can get it for like $5. I highly fucking recommend buying this game. I really fucking do, guys. It's a retro style, like 80s, 90s racing game. And the graphics it's its own thing too. Like it's got its own kind of graphic to it. It's not realistic. It's arcade graphics. But it's so beautiful, man. The colors are they pop, and it's so vibrant, and it's a beautiful fucking game. And the music, oh my God, the soundtrack is sick. I fucking love the fucking music, guys. Love it so fucking much. It's just an excellent game. Check it out. Google it, whatever the fuck. I remember them talking about this game when it first came out, and I just forgot about it. Just doing a lot of different things, probably on something else, not even on the Switch, and found this game, and I am in love with this game. I've been racing my ass off on this game. I've been smoking a little endo, and and jumping on this game, and it is so fucking good. The music, I swear, the music is one of the best things about it as well. Like it's a perfect marriage. I definitely am going to go hunting. Hopefully they got a physical for this, because I want the physical of this game. I really do. And I'm going to try to find it. Hopefully they have one. If not, it's tough luck. But yeah, this game is a masterpiece in my opinion, guys. A masterpiece racing game. There's all kind of different races. There's arcade, I think. There is I want to say a campaign, and then there's something else, another mode or something. But yeah, I haven't really unlocked any cars. There's something that was $1.99 that I bought with it, and it's basically a special California edition is what they called it. It's from the old classic game. I want to say the other classic racing game with the red car, the drop top, with the blonde hair chick in there and with her boyfriend, and she's the one driving. They give you that skin, and that's what I've been rocking, and I've been killing it until I can find the other car that I really want, and I have to unlock it. So that's my next goal, to unlock the car I really want. There's a couple cars I really want to get, but they're kind of like late in the game. You have to win a lot of these other races to get it. So I'm just upgrading my car now, cars that I'm using now, so I can start winning some of these other harder races that I'm placing like in 3rd and 4th place to get my game up. You know what I mean? So just enjoying the fucking game. And then I have so many other games to play and try and download. There's another game on sale. What other game? I should fucking, while I'm on this microphone, go and check, go to the eShop and name some of these games, to you guys. And I'm probably gonna do that. But it's gonna take me some time, while I'm talking to the microphone and doing all this stuff, because I definitely want to call out some of these games to you guys. I definitely fucking do. And I want to get into some gangster shit with you guys with this game, and look at my list, because man, I had a decent amount of games on my wish list before, but now after watching these YouTube videos, I have a shit ton more. And after this podcast is done recording, guys, I'm going back online, because I was literally watching a video and about more games, and each YouTuber has like their own list. Some of the games are the same, but some of them are not. And I just swim through the video, looking for those ones that they left out that aren't the same. And that's what I'm doing now. So I finally logged into my fucking eShop, right? And I'm literally got the controller in my hand. And while I'm also talking to you guys, I did also buy a 8-bit DOE controller, and I love this fucking thing. I'm using it right now. It's the 8-bit DOE. What's the actual name? I have it somewhere. I have the box fucking somewhere. I think it's the 3 something. Oh, don't get me lying. Oh, it's the 8-bit DOE SN30 Pro. It's on the fucking controller, my dumbass. But yeah, man, this controller, I was always on the fence. It's pretty expensive. It's a $50 controller. Okay. But god damn it, man, it is worth every fucking penny. I was always looking. I was trying to find an 8-bit DOE one. I almost went with the one that was basically identical to the fucking Super Nintendo controllers, because I really like those with the thumbsticks on them. But I learned about this one, and it's got the kind of like the PlayStation grips kind of handles on it, which is really good. So your hands don't get tired for long playthroughs and stuff, which is a game changer. Also, what makes this controller so awesome is that it's universal, man. Like, you don't have, some of these controllers come with a fucking USB, USB drive. You have to, thumbstick, you have to put in something, you know what I mean? Sometimes. And this doesn't. It's just a simple click of a button. And you can use this for PC. You can use this for Mac. Like it can go with anything you want to play wirelessly. Your tablets, if you want to. Like, it works with everything. And I love that about this. That's the cool thing. So this is like a multi-purpose controller. You know what I mean? If you want to play your fucking, your Steam games, that's another dope thing. I'm working on my computer now so I can get me a Steam account. And there's some games that I will fuck with Steam. And the ones I told you guys I fuck with are the retro style RPGs and the action RPG games. And these are the ones that I'm going to have a Steam account for. And there's a couple other games that look awesome that are coming out for Steam that I want to play and that can run on my current, computer. And that's what I'm going to go for. My boy keeps telling me, though, he keeps trying to talk me into fucking building a fucking gaming PC. And he's kind of getting my attention with that. And I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to think, should I invest in one? It might take me a year, but that's fine. Okay. It may take me a year to get all the things that I need for it. And that's cool. And I'll do that. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to make a dedicated computer rig for, my games. And, it's not going to be nothing over powerful or anything like that. It's going to be enough to get the stuff done that I need. I'm not looking to play like, I don't know, certain games on there. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, guys? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know shit about PC gaming, but if you guys out there listening, could lend me a hand and explain some things to me to help me out, I would definitely appreciate that. I'll go into some research here in the next week or two and probably, play around with some of this stuff. But yeah, I'm not trying to break the bank though. Definitely not trying to break the bank. And a lot of this stuff, like I said, I haven't even got my PS5 yet. So I'm definitely getting my PS5. That is coming first. I'm a console guy by nature. And then eventually I will, make room, make a way to play some other stuff. You know what I mean? That's the route. So this laptop is going to have to be, I guess, the starting point for your boy. As far as, how I play my games on Steam eventually. And then hopefully I can move on to an actual gaming PC after I've saved up for a year or two and I'm able to get the parts and pieces that I need. Okay, but now I'm kind of off track right now. But anyway, let me jump back on. I'm looking on my fucking list of games right now, my wish list, guys. There are fucking 227 games on here, bro. Okay, that is a fucking lot, man. I didn't realize it was that much. I didn't realize I had that many games. Man, really? 227, bro? Ooh, okay. And it's probably by next week it'll be 300 on here. That's a lot of fucking games. That's a lot of money. Okay. But anyway, you catch these sales. But there's a new one I just got on here called Star Renegades, man. It's a turn-based retro style game. It's a strategy game and it looks fucking awesome. It really does. It's procedurally generated. Everything pretty much, even the people you put on your squad, the enemies you face, the stages and all that. So that makes it dope as well in its own right. I'm hearing a lot about this game. It's $25 right now. It's not on sale. So I figure, sooner or later, it will definitely be on some sort of sale. And when it is, that's when I'll pick it up. There's a free racing game, Asphalt 9, which I think if you buy the whole game, I think it's, I want to say $15 or something. You can get the packs and all that. So you don't have to grind for everything. But the cool thing is that you could actually, grind and it's free. You can jump on there and you can race and you can grind for the cars you want and everything if that so chooses what you want to do. And that's cool as well. I'm just going down the list. I'm not going to name everything, of course, but there's a game on here called Gigantic Army, guys. It's a side-scrolling mech game, a mech shooter. It looks awesome. It's like 16-bit retro graphics. It's dope as fuck. It's like $8, $8.99. It looks awesome. It's not on sale. So I might, keep this on my wish list until it drops. Any kind of sale on this would drop it down to like easily, a few dollars or something. So that'd be dope. But dope ass game. Then there's another game I had downloaded a demo to called Foregone, which is excellent, pretty dope game. I've been playing it a little bit here, but it's a little bit on the expensive side. It's a $30 game and it's 3 days remaining. It's 35% off right now. Just to give you an idea of what's going on here, what kind of games are out here. Dust Diver, which is another game, is definitely a beat 'em up RPG type of game. Is in my wheelhouse. That one is originally $35. There's actually a fucking physical copy of this, but it's pretty expensive and hard to find right now. But it's 3 days on this. It's $22.75 right now. It's not even a large game. I think it's about 3 gigs. So it's definitely something that I would possibly add to, the game. It's definitely something I've been wanting to play, but I don't know about spending 20 right now. There's a lot of games, man. I'm looking at a lot of fucking dope games on here. Hover, which is a dope game. I want to check into that and see more about that. It looks kind of like Jet Set Radio, but it's just different. Okay, I need to figure out a little bit more about this game, but it looks dope. Also, Sega Ages Virtual Racing, man. Old school racing game, but still holds up to this day. It's got the retro graphics, but it's HD'd up and it looks beautiful. This fucking looks beautiful. I'm thinking about picking that one up. It's only an $8 game on sale right now. It's $5.99. So there's some shit here. There are some fucking games out here. Unto the End, which is an action RPG. There's a lot of games, man. I'm looking at all these fucking sales. Crosscode is another dope game. It's an RPG. Okay. It's an RPG game. And it's an action RPG game. I hear lots and lots of people talking about this game right now. It's on sale for $14 for about 3 days. Yeah, this is one that everybody's talking about, and I think I'm going to make that purchase for sure. There's just so many games. I'm telling you, I'm going down the list. Jet Lancer, ITTA, which is kind of like reminds me of Hyper Light Drifter in the graphics department. It's an action kind of RPG. It's basically like you just fighting like all these bosses. It's like 18 bosses in this game. But the graphics look beautiful. Yeah, man, there's a lot of games, and I can go on and fucking on and on and on. And like I said, there's 220 some games to go through. So Yeah, man. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Don't forget about that one. Just came out recently. So that's $15. Not on sale. I'll catch that on the sale most likely. Thought I was going to download that sooner, and still may. I'm trying to find some things for me and my son to play together. So yeah, he likes those twin stick shooters too. So we're going to probably have to look at that because he's been playing a lot of Galaxy Champions TV, which is one of those twin stick shooters, which is awesome, by the way, which is really fun. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I say that to say I have a lot of shit to look forward to playing. There's stuff that I already bought and I still haven't gotten to. So yeah, I have plenty to do. And I think I'm going to be playing a lot of fucking Switch right now because if I'm not playing Cyberpunk and I'm doing that for content right now and I'm taking my time with it, doing all the missions, all the fucking gigs and stuff like that, then it'll be that and it'll be back to the Switch playing shit here. That's probably my gameplay kind of thing right now until things happen, until things change. And that's it, guys. And that's going to do it for the show. I want to thank everybody for listening to this podcast, guys. I want to thank everybody for just bearing with me. And I'm surprised. I'm proud of myself. I made it through this podcast with the stomach bubbling and hurting and all of that bullshit associated with that. But I had to do this for you guys. I had so much to get off my chest this episode, and I'm glad that I did. And like I said before, guys, to everybody listening, don't forget to check out StudioMguyvR.com and get all the things Studio MacGyver and show your love and support. Buy a t-shirt, buy a coffee mug, and support the show. That'll help me out tremendously. And, you know, even just listening, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everybody who just downloaded or streamed this podcast, man. I really am. And all the people who have been listening to the show and all the newcomers, all the people who have been picking up this podcast and adding it to their list of podcasts, man, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, man, it means the world to me. And I'm so glad that you are part of the family. Okay. Now it's 4:15 in the morning. And I am going to wrap this up for you guys because I'm trying to get this out at 5 a.m. for you guys. So, yeah, that's going to do it for your boy. Thank you guys for listening. I love you dearly. This is Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.